You're watching NFL Daily Brief, top football headlines made simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. That's not the way this is going to work, how the relationship between Micah Parsons and the Cowboys broke down. Sources: Bucs, RT Goedeke reach $90 million extension. Agent: Parsons' first choice was to be a Cowboy. Fields: Jets focus on ball, not Steelers storylines. Tomlin sees Heyward playing despite deal drama. Giants unofficially list Dart as Wilson's backup. NFL award winners to wear gold shield patches. Sources: Bills bring back familiar face in Davis. Source: Titans plan to sign veteran LB White. Previewing the season, bold predictions, more. How Sam Darnold's one season with the 49ers prepared him for the Seahawks. Matthew Stafford embarking on year 17, will he, and his back, make the most of it? Lamar Jackson has increased the intensity in his pursuit of perfection. Betting buzz: how the Micah Parsons trade impacted the Packers' fortunes, shifted odds. The Packers needed Parsons, and here's how they should use him. Simulating the entire 2025 NFL season, the biggest storylines from one possible outcome. No days off, inside the pillars of Patriots Mike Vrabel's hands-on coaching style. Clay makes his NFL season forecast, picking the best offenses, top defenses and Super Bowl winner. 2025 Fantasy Football Draft Guide, rankings, mock drafts and analysis. PPR rankings for Week 1. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. Micah Parsons, a two-time All-Pro, met with Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones in March to discuss his contract.
Sources disagree on who initiated the meeting, with one claiming Parsons requested it and the other stating Jones called the meeting.
During the 3-hour meeting, they discussed contract terms, aiming to exceed Myles Garrett's recent deal.
Parsons later contacted Stephen Jones, Jerry's son and the team's chief operating officer, seeking to improve the offer.
The Cowboys believed they reached an agreement, offering over $150 million, but Parsons' agent was not involved in these direct negotiations.
Parsons' agency never received the final terms, and Jones and the agent never directly negotiated.
The Cowboys drafted guard Tyler Booker and traded for wide receiver George Pickens, seemingly unaffected by the Parsons situation.
However, the edge rusher market continued to escalate with new deals for Max Crosby and T.J. Watt.
Parsons' camp indicated they preferred to wait for the market to settle further before finalizing his deal.
The Cowboys considered the overall roster cost and the implications of Parsons' high salary demands.
Parsons publicly expressed his frustration with the Cowboys in August, including the contract negotiations and public comments about his injuries.
Jerry Jones had questioned Parsons' durability, which further strained their relationship.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and right tackle Luke Goedeke have agreed on a contract extension.
This extension is for 4 years and is worth $90 million, with $50 million guaranteed.
ESPN reporter Jeremy Fowler reported this news on Tuesday.
Goedeke was a second-round pick by the Buccaneers in 2022.
He was scheduled to become a free agent after this season.
At 26 years old, Goedeke has played in 41 games over 3 seasons with the Buccaneers.
He has started 31 of those games.
Goedeke has also started all 4 playoff games he has appeared in for Tampa Bay.
The Buccaneers signed left tackle Tristan Wirfs to a 5-year extension last year.
Now the team has both starting offensive tackles under contract through the 2029 season.
This move solidifies the Buccaneers' offensive line for years to come.
It will be interesting to see how this impacts their performance in the NFC.
Micah Parsons intended to play for the Dallas Cowboys this season, even if he had not been traded to Green Bay.
Parsons' agent, David Mulligetta, stated on ESPN that Parsons loves the game and would have played regardless.
Mulligetta emphasized that Parsons' primary desire was to stay with the Cowboys.
Parsons grew up a Cowboys fan and wanted to continue his career in Dallas.
Mulligetta stated they made every effort to keep Parsons with the team.
He felt it was unfair to expect Parsons to handle complex contract negotiations while focusing on his football career.
Mulligetta explained that Parsons' meeting with Jerry Jones created a power imbalance.
As a young player, it is difficult to refuse a conversation with the team owner about a contract.
Mulligetta clarified that Parsons was not actively negotiating a contract during that meeting.
Jones, however, believed they had a handshake agreement.
Mulligetta claimed he tried to negotiate with the Cowboys but they were not interested.
The Packers ultimately signed Parsons to a 4-year, $188 million contract extension.
Justin Fields will face his former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in his first game as the New York Jets starting quarterback.
This marks the first season opener where both starting quarterbacks switched teams from the previous year.
Jets coach Aaron Glenn declined to discuss his past decision to release Aaron Rodgers, now the Steelers' quarterback.
Fields acknowledged the fan interest in the matchup but insisted he is focused solely on the game.
He stated that he will leave the storylines to the media and concentrate on playing football.
Other Jets players also gave concise responses when asked about facing Rodgers.
Rodgers' time with the Jets was considered unsuccessful due to injury and a poor team record.
Glenn opted to sign Fields to a 2-year, $40 million contract after parting ways with Rodgers.
Rodgers criticized Glenn publicly for how his departure was handled.
Glenn chose to focus on his current team and refused to comment on Rodgers' past performance.
However, he acknowledged Rodgers as a future Hall of Famer and that Jets players learned from him.
Fields stated he has only briefly interacted with Rodgers in the past, exchanging jerseys after a game.
Steelers coach Mike Tomlin expects Cameron Heyward to play in the season opener against the New York Jets despite ongoing contract negotiations.
Tomlin stated that Heyward does not participate extensively in team drills during training camp, focusing instead on getting him prepared for the season.
However, rookie defensive lineman Derek Harmon will be unavailable due to an MCL sprain sustained in the preseason finale.
While the injury initially appeared severe, Harmon avoided a worst-case scenario and was not placed on short-term injured reserve.
Linebacker Nick Herbig is also questionable for Sunday's game with a hamstring injury.
Heyward himself was less certain about his Week 1 availability, simply stating "we will see" on his podcast.
He declined to comment on the status of his contract negotiations.
Heyward had briefly held out of training camp but returned to practice on August 19.
His participation in practice does not indicate the end of his pursuit for a better contract for 2025, according to a source.
Heyward signed a 2-year extension in September 2024 through the 2026 season.
He feels his current contract does not reflect his value to the team, especially after an All-Pro year.
In other news, the Steelers released veteran wide receiver Robert Woods from their practice squad at his request.
The New York Giants have unofficially listed rookie Jackson Dart as the backup quarterback to Russell Wilson for the regular season.
This placement puts Dart ahead of veteran Jameis Winston, who held the second-string position throughout the preseason.
While Dart primarily worked with the second team during summer practices and preseason games, coach Brian Daboll remains tight-lipped about the official backup for Sunday's game against Washington.
Daboll stated that all roster decisions, including the backup quarterback, will be revealed on Sunday.
Dart, a 22-year-old drafted from Ole Miss, was the 25th overall pick in this year's draft.
The Giants traded up into the first round to select him, a move seemingly justified by his strong summer performance.
He showed continuous improvement throughout training camp and the preseason.
Dart finished the preseason with an impressive stat line of 32 completions out of 47 attempts for 372 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
He also contributed a rushing touchdown, showcasing his versatility.
This performance solidified his spot as the apparent frontrunner for the backup quarterback position.
His progress has been a key point of discussion, with some analysts linking it to Brian Daboll's future with the Giants.
It will be interesting to see how this quarterback situation plays out in the upcoming season.
The competition between Dart and Winston will be something to watch for Giants fans.
Daboll's official announcement on Sunday will provide much-needed clarity on the team's quarterback depth chart.
The National Football League will recognize award winners with a gold patch on their jerseys this season.
This gold shield patch is inspired by the National Football League honors logo and replaces the traditional league shield.
5 players will wear the patch throughout the 2025 season, including playoffs.
Josh Allen, Most Valuable Player, is among those honored with the gold patch.
Other awardees include Saquon Barkley, Offensive Player of the Year, and Pat Surtain II, Defensive Player of the Year.
Rookie Award winners Jaden Daniels and Jared Verse will also sport the gold patch.
The patches will debut in the season opener and continue throughout the season.
Allen will showcase his patch in a game against Lamar Jackson, last year's second-place Most Valuable Player candidate.
This marks the first time since at least 1970 that the top 2 Most Valuable Player vote-getters from the prior year will face each other in a season opener.
This program is expected to continue in future National Football League seasons.
Major League Baseball introduced a similar gold logo program earlier this year.
The National Football League also awards a patch to Walter Payton Man of the Year winners, which they wear for the remainder of their careers.
The Buffalo Bills are bringing back wide receiver Gabe Davis to their practice squad.
Davis, age 26, recently visited the Bills after also visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He is recovering from a torn meniscus suffered last November.
This continues the Bills' trend of re-signing familiar players to the practice squad.
Last week, they also added Jordan Phillips and Jordan Poyer.
Davis was a fourth-round pick by the Bills in 2020.
He was released by the Jacksonville Jaguars in May.
The Jaguars had signed him to a 3-year, $39 million contract in 2023.
In 10 games with Jacksonville last year, Davis had 239 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns.
His 12.7 yards per catch average was the lowest of his career.
Bills quarterback Josh Allen has remained close with Davis and expressed his happiness about seeing him again.
In his 4 seasons with Buffalo, Davis has been a productive player with over 2,700 receiving yards and 27 touchdowns.
The Tennessee Titans plan to sign veteran inside linebacker Kyzir White, according to a team source.
White is coming off a career-best season with the Arizona Cardinals where he started all 17 games.
He will initially join the Titans practice squad but is expected to compete for a starting role.
White spent last season with the Cardinals after playing for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022.
In 2022, he played under Jonathan Gannon and Nick Rallis, who are now with the Cardinals.
This familiarity likely played a role in his signing with Arizona.
Last season, White achieved career highs in several statistical categories, including sacks and tackles for loss.
He also recorded 1 interception, 3 passes defended, and his first career fumble recovery.
He amassed 137 tackles last season, adding to his career total of 615.
White will now join a Titans linebacker group that includes Cedric Gray and James Williams Sr.
Tennessee defensive coordinator Denard Wilson worked with White in Philadelphia.
Wilson has not yet indicated who will start alongside Cody Barton at inside linebacker.
The 2025 National Football League season begins with the Super Bowl champion Eagles hosting the Cowboys on Thursday night.
Week 1 continues with the Chiefs versus the Chargers in Sao Paulo, Brazil on Friday, and 13 games on Sunday.
The Bills will host the Ravens on Sunday Night Football, and the Vikings visit the Bears on Monday Night Football.
National Football League Nation reporters have analyzed each team, identifying strengths and concerns.
Analyst Matt Bowen offers fantasy football tips, Seth Walder makes bold predictions, and ESPN Research provides quarterback statistics.
Projected win totals, playoff chances, and strength of schedule data are also available for every team.
The Baltimore Ravens are ranked number 1 by ESPN's Football Power Index.
Lamar Jackson, the 2-time most valuable player, is considered Baltimore's biggest strength.
Their biggest concern is rookie kicker Tyler Loop, replacing the most accurate kicker in National Football League history, Justin Tucker.
Jackson aims to build on his career-best season and could become the first quarterback since Peyton Manning to be named first-team All-Pro in 3 straight seasons.
The Philadelphia Eagles' biggest strength is their exceptional run game led by Saquon Barkley.
Their concern lies in the secondary, with replacements for C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay still uncertain.
Sam Darnold had a pivotal season with the San Francisco 49ers in 2023, which significantly impacted his career trajectory.
While serving as a backup to Brock Purdy, Darnold absorbed valuable knowledge from head coach Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers offensive staff.
A key moment occurred during a Christmas night game against the Baltimore Ravens, where Darnold replaced an injured Purdy.
He executed a play precisely as designed, throwing a touchdown pass to Ronnie Bell, showcasing his growing understanding of Shanahan's system.
Darnold followed that up with another impressive completion to Brandon Ayuk, further demonstrating his improved decision-making and accuracy.
This experience solidified Darnold's confidence in his ability to lead a team and execute at a high level.
After his time in San Francisco, Darnold signed with the Minnesota Vikings and had a Pro Bowl season in 2024.
He then joined the Seattle Seahawks on a lucrative 3-year deal, aiming to prove his resurgence is not a fluke.
Darnold's early career was marked by inconsistencies and struggles with the New York Jets and Carolina Panthers.
However, his season with the 49ers provided a crucial reset, allowing him to focus on fundamentals and refine his approach to the game.
By observing Purdy and learning from Shanahan, Darnold developed a better understanding of reading defenses and making quicker decisions.
This growth was evident in his improved statistics and on-field performance with the Vikings.
Now with the Seahawks, Darnold is determined to continue his upward trajectory and establish himself as a consistent and reliable starting quarterback.
His journey highlights the importance of continuous learning, adaptability, and the impact of a supportive coaching environment.
Matthew Stafford, entering his 17th year in the National Football League, has been dealing with back soreness.
The Los Angeles Rams and their head coach, Sean McVay, have been cautious with Stafford, prioritizing his long-term health.
McVay emphasized the importance of Stafford feeling his best mentally, physically, and emotionally for the season.
The team modified Stafford's offseason and training camp schedule to manage his workload and keep him fresh.
Despite the precautions, Stafford aggravated a back issue during training, causing him to miss practice time.
However, he has impressed his coaches with his quick return and performance on the field.
Offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur noted that Stafford looks like his usual self, operating at a high level.
McVay's goal was to replicate Stafford's fresh start in previous playoffs, where he excelled without playing in the final regular season games.
Stafford worked from home during parts of the offseason, utilizing the team's film system and spending time with his family.
This approach allowed him to balance his personal life with his preparation for the season.
Right tackle Rob Havenstein confirmed Stafford's dedication, emphasizing his commitment to being ready to play.
Stafford himself appreciated the modified schedule, finding it refreshing and allowing him to enjoy both his time at home and at the facility.
Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens quarterback, is demonstrating an intensified pursuit of perfection during training camp.
After missing a pass, Jackson immediately performed push-ups, highlighting his commitment to improvement.
Jackson, a two-time NFL Most Valuable Player, believes he is still improving at age 28.
He aims to build upon his spectacular regular season performances with equal success in the postseason.
Jackson acknowledges the disappointment of recent playoff losses and uses them as motivation.
His latest playoff loss was against the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round.
Despite the loss, Jackson had an impressive season, throwing over 40 touchdowns with fewer than 5 interceptions.
He led the league in yards per pass attempt and yards per carry.
Teammates like Mark Andrews have praised Jackson's continual improvement and adaptability.
Jackson is drawing comparisons to quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers, who achieved peak performance later in their careers.
He significantly improved his passing statistics last season, setting career highs in passing yards and touchdowns.
Jackson is also focusing on communication with his teammates and coaches.
1 week before the 2025 NFL season, the Dallas Cowboys traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers.
This trade significantly impacted betting markets, shifting odds for the Super Bowl, NFC North, and Defensive Player of the Year.
Green Bay is now a favorite to win the Super Bowl, their odds improving from plus 2,000 to plus 1,300.
They are also favored to win the NFC North, moving from plus 260 to plus 175.
Parsons is now the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year, his odds shortening from plus 800 to plus 500.
The Packers have seen increased betting action since the trade, attracting significant handle and bets for both the Super Bowl and NFC North.
The Cowboys' odds have lengthened, moving from plus 6.5 to plus 7.5 for their season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Their Super Bowl odds also dropped from plus 5,000 to plus 6,000 after the trade.
In other news, Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns saw their odds drop after a Week 1 loss to Ohio State.
Manning's Heisman odds lengthened considerably, while Texas's national championship odds also increased.
Finally, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow are leading the way in early NFL MVP betting.
Jackson is the consensus favorite, while Burrow has attracted significant betting action throughout the offseason.
Cam Newton doubts the Packers are Super Bowl contenders, even questioning their divisional dominance.
However, the Packers' acquisition of Micah Parsons significantly alters their defensive landscape.
Parsons, a 3-time All-Pro at only 26, is precisely what Green Bay needed.
Despite a statistically strong defense last season, their pass defense struggled on a snap-to-snap basis.
They ranked last in success rate against dropbacks, highlighting a vulnerability despite their high turnover rate.
Parsons addresses this weakness, being arguably the best pass rusher since entering the league in 2021.
His pressure rate significantly surpasses that of Myles Garrett, even with comparable double-team rates.
This addition allows defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley to further utilize simulated pressures, masking Parsons within creative fronts.
Parsons' exceptional talent elevates Green Bay's base pass rush, especially on crucial early downs.
While some may point to Parsons' perceived weakness in run defense, his impact on passing downs far outweighs any concerns.
He solves the Packers' struggles against divisional rivals like the Vikings and Lions.
While integration will take time, Parsons transforms the Packers' defense from overperforming to truly elite.
Coupled with their potent offense, a Super Bowl appearance, and even a championship run are not out of reach for Green Bay.
This acquisition could provide Parsons with his first NFC Championship game appearance and a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl ring.
In this Football Power Index simulation, both Super Bowl 59 teams, the Chiefs and Eagles, missed the playoffs entirely.
The Eagles struggled throughout the season, finishing with a 6-8 record and missing both the NFC East title and a wild card spot.
The Chiefs' collapse was even more surprising, losing to the Raiders in Week 18 and missing the playoffs for the first time in 11 years.
Other surprising playoff misses included the Commanders, 49ers, and Packers.
Aaron Rodgers' experiment with the Steelers failed, leading to a losing season and the likely end of his career.
The Broncos, with a strong defense, won the AFC West, dethroning the Chiefs.
The Cowboys surprisingly won the NFC East with a 9-8 record despite preseason trade rumors surrounding Micah Parsons.
The Colts, led by a resurgent Daniel Jones at quarterback, won the AFC South.
However, the Titans, after a hot start with rookie quarterback Cam Ward, secured a wildcard spot and upset the Colts in the first round of the playoffs.
The Ravens and Bengals battled for the AFC North title, with the Ravens ultimately winning the division based on a head-to-head tiebreaker.
The Ravens then advanced to the AFC Championship game after playoff wins against the Dolphins and Broncos.
This simulation highlights the unpredictable nature of the NFL and offers one possible, albeit unlikely, outcome for the 2025 season.
Mike Vrabel, the New England Patriots head coach, is known for his intense and hands-on coaching style.
This was evident in a joint practice with the Washington Commanders when Vrabel joined a player scuffle, emerging with a bloody cheek.
This incident exemplifies Vrabel's commitment to building a tough and competitive team.
Quarterback Drake May and tight end Hunter Henry both praised Vrabel's intensity and leadership.
Vrabel has three main objectives for the team: earning a role, preparing to win, and team bonding.
He implemented the 4H's: hometown, heartbreak, hero, and hope to foster connections among players.
Offensive tackle Morgan Moses believes that knowing each other's stories helps players battle for one another.
Vrabel emphasizes team unity and believes it is crucial for success.
Rookie running back Trayvon Henderson appreciates the team's closeness and the effort put into building relationships.
Vrabel is also a hands-on coach, often demonstrating techniques on the field.
He was seen working with defensive tackle Christian Barmore, even taking hits from the player during drills.
Outside linebackers coach Mike Smith compared Vrabel to Andy Reid, highlighting their clear plans and direct communication styles.
Vrabel has outlined 4 pillars for the Patriots' identity: effort and finish, ball security and disruption, details and fundamentals, and making great decisions.
Inside linebackers coach Zach Kerr described violence and playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage as core elements of Vrabel's defensive philosophy.
Week 1 of the 2025 National Football League season is approaching.
Predictions and projections offer a way to manage expectations for the upcoming season.
The 49ers have the easiest projected schedule, facing no Super Bowl favorites and playing weaker teams.
The Lions have the toughest schedule, playing strong teams in their division and other conferences.
The Bills are projected to be the highest scoring team, with Josh Allen leading a strong offense.
The Browns are projected to be the lowest scoring team, with uncertainty at the quarterback position.
The Texans are projected to allow the fewest points, with a strong returning defense.
The Cowboys are projected to allow the most points, having traded Micah Parsons and losing other key players.
The Ravens are ranked as the top team, with a strong coach, quarterback, and both offensive and defensive units.
The Bills are also highly ranked, with a strong offense led by Josh Allen and a solid defense.
The Lions are expected to contend for the top National Football Conference seed despite a tough schedule.
The reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles have a chance to repeat, with a strong offense.
The Ravens are predicted to win Super Bowl 60 over the Lions.
The Ravens have a strong roster and the Lions are recovering from injuries.
The ESPN Fantasy Football Draft Guide offers resources for all fantasy players, from casual to dynasty leagues.
It provides rankings, cheat sheets, projections, mock drafts, and expert analysis to help you make the best picks.
The guide includes printable cheat sheets tailored to your specific needs, including the ultimate cheat sheet with key players.
Mike Clay provides 2025 player projections, sortable by category, and depth charts for both offense and defense.
Rankings are available in various formats, including staff consensus, superflex, IDP, dynasty, and individual lists.
Expert analysis covers quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end tiers, helping you understand player values.
Mock drafts are available for different league formats, including 10-team, 12-team, PPR, and Superflex.
Expert advice and analysis is provided by Adam Schefter, Liz Loza, Eric Moody, and others, covering draft targets and strategies.
The guide also offers tips for streaming defenses, making tough draft day decisions, and managing your team post-draft.
Specialized content includes analysis of individual players, discussions of breakout candidates, and identification of potential sleepers.
Strategic insights are provided for various league formats, including salary cap drafts, IDP leagues, and Superflex leagues.
The guide also covers new features in the ESPN Fantasy app, team naming tips, and a team name generator.
Field Yates has concerns about the Houston Texans' run game performance.
However, Yates is not worried about Nico Collins' potential as a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy football against the Los Angeles Rams.
ESPN provides weekly point per reception and individual defensive player fantasy football rankings.
These rankings combine the expertise of 8 point per reception rankers and 3 individual defensive player rankers.
The rankers include Matt Bowen, Mike Clay, Tristan H. Cockcroft, Daniel Dopp, Eric Carabell, Liz Loza, Eric Moody, and Field Yates.
Eric Carabell also contributes Superflex rankings throughout the entire season.
Rankings are released every Tuesday and updated based on news and analysis.
Point per reception rankings cover quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, kickers, and defense and special teams.
Individual defensive player rankings include the top 50 defensive linemen, linebackers, and defensive backs.
These individual defensive player rankings are provided by Mike Clay, Tristan H. Cockcroft, and Eric Moody.
Eric Carabell's Superflex rankings cover the top 150 quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends.
These rankings are a valuable resource for fantasy football enthusiasts.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.